Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today I am here to talk to you about my SPFBO batch that I was given and to tell you which one I picked to be my semi-finalist going forward for my team. So if you don't know about SPFBO, SPFBO is a self-published fantasy blog-off which was originally created by Mark Lawrence. He is still involved. He still keeps tabs on all of us and makes sure we are doing exactly what we should be. But I am part of an amazing group of people and I was given 6 books which I'm going to be talking to you about today. And you know, keep a lookout, because although not everyone can be my semi-finalist and I have only picked one, that doesn't mean that some of these books couldn't be your next favourite read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about the books that I was given in no particular order, but saving my semi-finalist until last, and then I will tell you why it didn't necessarily work for me but why it could work for you, and hopefully that'll help you decide whether this book should be your next read. So the very first book I'm going to talk to you about is A Demon to Save Me by H.S. Callinger. I hope I'm saying that right. This book follows our main character Gabriel, who at the very start of the book is going through some stuff, is not in a very great place and manages to accidentally summon a demon. When this demon arrives, understandably in very demon behaviour, the demon tries to make Gabriel sign a contract and Gabriel says no. Which, I mean, good for them. This then sparks something in Gabriel to actually start giving life a try and to be looking towards getting a real future. And then we have a time jump in this book, because 2 years later Gabriel has everything that he could have possibly wanted way back when this demon saved him, but unfortunately it is quite fragile. Something could come and destroy this. So Gabriel has to figure out a way to save everyone that he loves, but also save the demon who saved him in the first place. Now this is a really interesting premise, right? I did find the idea of a young teenager saying no to a demon who is quite scary right at the start of the book a little bit like, wow, fair play, like this kid's got some big ones. But at the same time, for me, going into this book 100% check trigger warnings. There is some content in this book that I think could be sensitive to some readers, so definitely check that out. I don't want to like relay everything for you because I think some of it could potentially spoil the book. This is a lot more adult than I originally thought going into it. I don't know what I originally pictured in this scenario when I read this blurb and picked up this book, but I think if it's something you're interested in, Gabriel can be a little bit of a frustrating character in my opinion, but I think this book could intrigue some people, so definitely give it a try if it sounds like something you'd like. Next up is Shadow of the Elders by Will Elm. Now this is described as an epic low fantasy, so this could be a great place for some people. This book is multi-POV, which is one of my favourite ways to read, so I did enjoy that element of this book, and we follow a range of different characters. First up is Savik. He is a stonemason and a new father. After an ill-fated theft begins to unravel, and even the vague prophecies from the mystics can do little to stop this. Then we also follow Vatin and Aju. I really hope I'm saying that even a little bit right. But they are friends, and unfortunately Vatin gets captured and is indentured to the life of being a prisoner. He has to make some new friends and hopefully try and escape. Aju vows that she will find Vatin, and in order to do so she has to travel back to the city of her birth. Little does she know that this has actually been expected by great forces that she doesn't really understand. And that great power promises to help her reunite with Vatin. Now this one, like I said, multi-POV, which I love. I greatly enjoyed that. I do enjoy the backstory a little bit, so we watch Savik complete his theft and his reasonings for that, which are quite heartbreaking in the grand scheme of things. But it is a good time. I love the friendship running throughout this, with Aju's just determination to find Vatin again, Vatin experiencing his new life, which is not really all that fun. I think this could be a good one. If you're looking for your next low fantasy, definitely give this one a go. Then we've got Oaths of Life and Death by L. Cyrus Welchel. Now we are going back up into the higher fantasy here. This is not so much low. Within this world we have 5 Fulman tribes, with one being the cat-like Norsen. Now our main character is called Kai, and he is a Norsen apothecary and is part of the Hunter Corps, which is a team large group of people whose job is to go and kill dangerous beasts that roam the land. Being an apothecary means he is a healer, but being a Northern is also has its difficulties, shall we say. After a hunt goes very, very wrong, Kai is left the surviving member of his squad. Okay, unfortunately the lighting's changed. Due to a rebel faction within the country, the Liberation Army, trying to incite a civil war, Kai ends up protecting 2 women and trying to get them to safety, but one of them actively mistrusts him purely because he's a Northern, which I'm sure you can understand causes some issues. Following on from this, Kai is still being hunted by the Grimghast, which is the creature that killed his entire squad, so he is constantly stuck between revenge and wanting to protect the new people that he is travelling with. As all these tensions start to boil over, Kai and his companions not only have to fight for Livoria's future, but also to save themselves for enslavement or death. I think that summary is pretty solid in the sense that it gives you epic. There are big fight scenes just in the start of this book alone that I think will get you hooked into this series. I really enjoy Kai. I think this book is written in a way that you're purely on his side. He is such a lovely character and you never understand why people could purely hate him just for his looks. I think it does a really good job in showcasing those underlying tensions, and I think this could be something that you definitely enjoy. We have another multi-POV book up next, and it is They Who Linger by Robert W. Ling. Shem has spent thousands of years imprisoned after the first Shadow Fall, and he has been plotting his revenge for this entire time. When he was defeated by Vargas and his Volskian kin, I hope I'm saying that right, in the first Shadowfall. And now he will stop at nothing to bring around the second Shadowfall. Festus has been chronicling and studying the history of his land for his entire life. He no longer has the energy to adventure, and he greatly misses his friends and all the tales that they used to tell back in the days when they all used to go adventuring. While Brannick and Korlag have lived many lives, Brannick is now content to have a quiet life, but Korlag is getting restless and is having dreams that tell him that a new age is coming, and the current age that they are living in is coming to an end. With the discovery of an ancient artifact, this will then take them on a journey to places that they never expected to go. Sindra and Alicia are nomadic hunters from a village up in the mountains, and when they also discover an artifact on a return trip, they are also set on a journey of their own. This book follows these characters as they set off on a journey through the end of an age and the beginning of a new world, while a battle between light and darkness is currently fighting for the soul of the very universe. Now, again, another really big fantasy book full of loads of different characters going on different journeys. Something this book does really, really well is intersect all of the different plot story points for all of the different characters. I think that was done really well. I really enjoyed that. Something that didn't work for me is definitely the pacing. For me, it was too slow. It was not what I was looking for at the time. But if that is something that you are really interested in, that kind of like slower pacing vibe, then 1000% this is going to be the book for you. Definitely check this out. The final book that I have to talk to you before we get on to my semi-finalist pick is Blue Lotus by Sophie Jiang. I really hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. Now, this book, if you look it up on Goodreads, has a massive blurb which isn't all blurb. So the bit I'm going to read to you, because I feel like anything that I would explain just wouldn't do this book justice, if I'm completely honest, is from the KU Kindle Unlimited, well, Kindle book blurby bit, and it's the author's note. So, for millennia, humanity has dreamed of a better world. From Plato's Republic to China's Peach Blossom Spring, visions of harmony, justice, and hope have echoed across history. Yet history also cautions us, ideals perused through force, however passionately conceived, can leave deep and lasting scars. This book explores another possibility, one shared by peace, empathy, and shared growth. It imagines a world without war or cruelty, where generosity is met with dignity, where the young and the old and the vulnerable are cherished, and where material well-being and inner life flourish side by side. Such a world cannot be imposed. It can only emerge through trust, mutual respect, and self-discipline. Born of 2 decades of reflection and exploration, this work blends philosophy, fantasy, and emotional depth. More than a story, it offers a question. Can we imagine a better future without losing what makes us human? To all who seek light in a fractured world, this book is for you. So I can't sum up this book because it's really hard to. Really hard. Like that section that I just read says, there is philosophy in this book, there's fantasy mixed in. We follow a lot of different characters. Now for me personally, this book was too flowery for me, and that is fine. This could be your next thing. This book is filled with exploring all the different things that I've just mentioned, like peace, trust, love, cherishing the old and the elderly, and those that are vulnerable. So I think that if you are interested in like flowery, beautifully written, slow paced, because it is that kind of meandering, exploring through fantasy and philosophy, this is the book that you need to check out, I think. Like, and it wasn't for me, unfortunately, but I think this has got such a good foothold somewhere that I'm going to tell you about it and you're going to go and pick this up, and this might be the book for you. We're now at the point where I'm going to tell you about my semi-finalist pick, and it is The Unnamed by M.S. Masood. This was my favourite, obviously, of the batch that I read, and I'm going to tell you about it because I'm excited to pass this on to my team. Although I do know that 1, it is not something that they kind of expected me to pick, and 2, it is a little bit out of left field for me. If I was going off Chelsea previous SPFBOs. This does actually have the tagline of a romantasy attached to it, just saying, which is currently something that I am reading a lot of, so I think that is kind of part of why I picked this book. It found me at the exact right time for me to pick it and love it. So let's tell you about it. We're following our main character Reem, and Reem is the heir to the Vorian throne. However, she doesn't think that it's necessarily for her, and very few believe that she can actually be the one to run this country. There is a constant battle going on between the Vorians and the Unnamed. The Vorians came and conquered the Unnamed's lands, and now the Unnamed are basically slaves, and they are the lowest of the low compared to the Vorians. Now, with the king's health drastically declining, who is also Reem's father, she makes a deal, which is always bad and wrong, with an unnamed man only known as the Healer. But when the Healer comes to collect his due, the price he demands threatens to destroy Reem, and not only Reem, but everything she knows and holds dear, including everything she thought she knew about honour, justice, and love. Now this has actually got a slow burn romance in it, of course it does, I've just told you, it's classed as a romantasy. But what it also has is a lot of self-discovery, which I love. I really enjoyed Reem's character in this. I like that it is a single point of view. Obviously, I usually prefer a multi-POV, but for this one, in this instance, loved the single POV. Thought it was really good. Thought it was done really well. I loved learning as well about the way that the Vorians had like conquered the Unnamed. The Healer does come to Reem and ask her to find something, which I can't go into detail because I don't want to spoil anything, but just learning about how the Unnamed became the Unnamed was actually really interesting. I really enjoyed that. Overall, this is my pick. This is my semi-finalist pick. I'm sure my team are absolutely buzzing to read a romantasy, but I think it's a really good one, and I'm hoping they really enjoy it. I am so excited to see what picks they have done and to read them and to give them a go and to see what works for me as well. And I can't wait to see what's going to be our finalist moving forward for this version of SPFBO. So if you have made it to this point, I really hope you have. I hope you have enjoyed this video as well. But if you wouldn't mind giving this video a like, really supports me and my channel. Leave me a comment down below. Do any of these books sound like something you want to read? Have you read any of them? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see more of me, I think I'm making a comeback, or even just try and keep up with my SPFBO content, subscribe down below. Ring that notification bell to get notified every single time I post about SPFBO or anything else for that matter. It has been a little while, but I have some ideas and I'd like to get some stuff out for you guys. It's been a while and I've really enjoyed sitting here talking to you about books. But otherwise, that is everything for my SPFBO semi-finalist announcement. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in whatever comes next. Bye!